Hey, our thoughts for this week are to not let anger cause you to miss out on life. And one of the scriptures text we're using is from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 26 and 27. Uh, in your anger, do not sin. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. Don't give the devil a foothold. And I think one of the things that acknowledges is that anger produces other sins at times, dissension and jealousy and fits of rage, works of the flesh, as it says. And one of those things that we have to guard against, one of those things we can think about to help prevent that unrighteous anger is, are we having unrealistic expectations of others? Sometimes I see people with children who they seem to expect a 2-year-old to do what a 5 or 6-year-old would do. And that they don't really understand some of the developmental aspects of children. And quite often, I have said things, I bet you have too, where you thought what you were saying was quite justified, and then you realize the situation was different than you really understood. One of the famous texts about that is from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he says that he gets on a bus with some other folks, and then a family gets on, and the kids are terrible. They're running up and down the aisle, jumping over the seats, and everybody's aghast. And he said he finally decided to go up and speak to the man, who was obviously the father, and say, "Sir, you need to do something about these kids. They are way out of control." And he said the man looks up at him like he was in a daze, and he says, I'm sorry. We just left the hospital, and my wife, their mother died." And then Covey says all of a sudden he felt like that the floor would fall out from underneath him. And he said then he began to react in a totally different way. And he says this that I think is important. I've tried to remember in my life. Seek to understand, then be understood. Seek to understand what somebody's saying, then be understood. And if we understand, we might need to get angry. But quite often, it can cause us, if we don't really understand, to get angry over something we perhaps do not need to. So listen, this week, let's think about that, about ways to help mitigate or prevent anger, not to let it get a foothold. Listen, God bless you. I hope to see you soon.